Good morning, Griffins. So we're going to finish up with our equations and inequalities unit by solving two-step inequalities. So it's going to be just like we did two-step equations, so you guys should be really good at this. So we're going to start I have a couple of examples here. So the first one, just like we would solve a two-step equation, I'm going to start by subtracting 5 from both sides of the inequality. The 5 minus 5 cancel out, so that gives me 3x. And then I have negative 10 minus 5, it's negative 15. Because it's adding or subtracting, I just bring down the same inequality, less than. Then because this is multiplication, I'm going to divide both sides by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. I have x. Negative 15 divided by 3 is negative 5. I divided both sides by a positive, so I keep the inequality x is less than negative 5. For the second problem, I'm going to start by subtracting 11 from both sides of the inequality. The 11 minus 11 cancel out. I bring down the negative 4x. Adding and subtracting doesn't change the inequality, so this stays greater than, and I get negative 16. I'm going to now divide both sides by negative 4. Because I'm dividing by a negative, I am going to switch the inequality. So this is going to give me x is less than positive 4. So solving the two-step inequalities, remember you're going to do adding or subtracting first. So you're going to add the opposite, or you subtract, or you're going to add a positive. Then you're going to multiply or divide. And remember, you always got to, this is the really big thing on these, you got to switch the inequality if you're dividing or multiplying by a negative number. So on this first inequality, because I see it adding 5, I'm going to start off by subtracting 5, both sides of the inequality. Adding and subtracting doesn't change anything, so it's going to stay n divided by 3 is greater than, and I subtract this, I get 6. And then this is division, so I'm going to multiply both sides of the equation by 3. I multiply by a positive, so the inequality is not going to change. This gives me n is greater than 18. Second example, I'm going to start off by subtracting 18 on both sides of the inequality. Because I'm subtracting, it doesn't change the inequality, it's going to stay less than. This gives me negative 3n is less than negative 12. Now I'm going to divide both sides of the inequality by negative 3. Because I divided by a negative, I am switching the inequality. This gives me n is greater than positive 4. So here are a couple practice problems for you to work on. So the first step on here is going to be subtract 4 from both sides of the inequality. And because you subtracted, you do not change the inequality. That gives me negative 6x is less than 12. Then I'm going to divide both sides by negative 6. I divided by a negative, so I am going to switch the inequality. This leaves me with x is greater than negative 2. Second practice problem. I'm going to start by subtracting 5 on both sides of the inequality. And because I subtracted, nothing changes on the inequality, so it's going to stay less than or equal to. This gives me n divided by 7 is less than or equal to 4. And because this is division, I'm going to multiply both sides of the inequality by 7. Because I multiplied by a positive number, I'm going to keep less than or equal to. So this is n is less than or equal to 28. Okay, so you have a homework to work on today. So hopefully you did the notes before you do the homework. And then Monday is a school holiday, Memorial Day. So the homework is actually going to be due on Tuesday.